Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game versus Lawliet versus Hawk here on Swamped Temple. Over here on the top left-hand side of the map, we have Lawliet spawning as the red Night Elf player. Over here on the other side of the map, we have Hawk spawning as the blue human. Human versus Night Elf in this 1v1 matchup in Swamped Temple, a map that only has 2 starting locations. Turn off Fog of War and you can pretty much see, well, the symmetry line is straight down this line right here. Anything that is on this side is also on this side as well. I do like symmetrical maps, as it ensures a little bit of better balance, and I'm really interested to see how this particular match is going to play out. Now, I am expecting an Archmage to be going up against a Keeper of the Grove. That just seems to be the flavor of the week. Late game strategies are very relevant as the Keeper of the Grove with Tranquility is a very strong late game hero. Tranquility, while it's on cooldown as it's constantly being used, it can really recover your army very quickly. On top of that, the temporary 2-second immunity while that Keeper of the Grove begins channeling also does help, as we take a look at, well, look at all these beautiful water effects back from 2002. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down, how things are going to be going here. Waiting for another farm. It doesn't look like a scout tower will be built. As well, arcane towers don't seem to really be that useful when trying to go up against the Keeper of the Grove. You would think so, but it hasn't really been used that much. Mainly the Keeper of the Grove doesn't harass the main base, as he does just try to shut down the units out in the open field. Ancient of War up and here, ready to go. We're going to see a little bit of an engagement here as the Archer now firing back some arrows. Keeper of the Grove should be making its way down. We should be looking at a summoning of those Force of Natures here in just a moment. Or, but nope, it is not going to be that. Instead, using all of using all of his mana, or wait, nope, now summoning those units. A little bit of a delay there, not quite sure why he didn't do that sooner. He does seem a little bit behind at this point, as the Wisp does get a detonation in right there. Did it give the Keeper of the Grove any experience? No, it did not. Back down to the south, Archmage is going to go ahead and engage up against the Keeper of the Grove. Both sides having those early items. Claws of Attack +6 going up against... Why does it always switch back over there? Keeper of the Grove going up against that Archmage. Now, Keeper of the Grove does not yet have level 2, which is incredibly important. Without level 2, it's not going to be able to entangle a footman and then focus fire it down. Keeper of the Grove will be backing off once more. As we take a look at Tree of Life, already upgrading to Tree of Ages, the Town Hall upgrading to Keep. Now, what are the strategies that Lawliet and Hawk will be trying to execute here at this point? Both sides are just trying to get a little bit of experience, and you can see the Archmage is actually doing a good job trying to clear out some of that experience there, and you can see Hawk does get that final kill. Water Elemental, however, was taken down, and you do have to be careful in situations like this. You do not want to give that Keeper of the Grove enough experience, and then all of a sudden entangle becomes a very big issue. Your 3-footman army going up against a 200 mana Keeper of the Grove, well, you can imagine what's going to be happening right here, as there goes that Skeletal Archer. Keeper of the Grove now sits at level 2, and the footmen wisely decide to back off here in just a moment. Meanwhile, more summoning of these forces of nature. Keeper of the Grove does have enough for another entangle, but I don't believe he will be giving chase. Alright, going after this 5-1 creep camp. That Enforcer was shadow melded. I don't know if you saw it, but it will get taken down relatively easily. The Enforcer essentially equaling about a grunt in strength, a little bit less hit points, a little bit less damage, or a little bit more damage, as Hawk is going to lose that footman there. Alright, Keeper of the Grove. I believe there was actually a cancellation in time, as that Keeper of the Grove now down to 147 hit points. Has to be very careful at this stage in the game, as this footman may get cancelled as well. Alright, no cancellation this time. Archmage was on that cooldown. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove is going to be doubling back the other way. It is low on hit points, but damage was already done. 2 footmen lost, 1 actually giving experience back to the Keeper of the Grove. All right, let's take a look. Archmage may try to retreat back now. We should be looking at no Arcane Vault yet. Bit of a surprise as now more farms are getting constructed. No Arcane Vault means that you're not going to be getting any major healing yet. Also, still no signs of Arcane Sanctums as we are just now getting to keep. Should be done any moment. Now, are we going to be going, yes, for a Goblin Alchemist instead of a Mountain King as that second hero? Goblin Alchemist allows you to delay your Arcane Vault as early healing spray. Well, was it an Acid Bomb? No, Acid Bomb now being placed down. So early Acid Bomb over early healing spray. A little bit curious about that particular choice there, as the creeps are purposely aggroed to try and engage. One Murloc Cliff Runner going to get taken down. Another one could get taken down here in just a moment. The archers are now making their way over. There is another Acid Bomb going down across multiple units, but a Footman will end up getting destroyed there. Archers with all of that focused fire doing a great job. Meanwhile, Riflemen and Footmen trying to back off. One Rifleman stood around in the back a little bit too long, gets entangled for what it's worth. Back down to the south, we have a single Arcane Sanctum. It looked like that was sped built. Riflemen are still being trained. Oh, nope, I believe that was a long-range upgrade. Yeah, now up to 600 compared to 400. A 50% upgrade in range. Trying to go up against all of these archers here. All right, Footmen. Footman gonna get taken down in that front line. Only archers versus riflemen now, and Entangle really causing problems as that one rifleman is just pretty much shut down there. Goblin Alchemist shows up to the party. Another Entangle onto Hawk's rifleman. As well, Hawk looks like he is just in the driver's seat of this match. Low hit point archer needs to get away, does not get away though, gets taken down. Alchemist, however, also lost as well. So Hawk able to take out the opposing Alchemist as we now see a low hit point archer attempting to get back down. Down to 42 hit points already. It is nightfall. I don't know if there is enough healing at night to counteract that acid bomb. Down to 8 hit points, down to 3, and yes! Nightfall making the difference right there, saving that archer, allowing the archer to head back home. All right, Nightfall. Natural regeneration for the win as we take a look at, well, a couple of clearing out of the units. Oh, nice steal by Hawk there. By the Night Elf there as Lawliet gets the final shot. Hawk now being forced to retreat. Hawk sitting at level 1 on the Alchemist, sitting at level 2 on the Archmage, does have Brilliant Aura as the Archmage going into a rifle caster strategy. Tome of, I believe that was a Tome of Knowledge or a Tome of Health, don't quite remember, as we're looking at the Spitting Spider is now getting finished off again. Riflemen should have no problem finishing off the Spitting Spiders. Meanwhile, more priests need to be added as we're sitting at 40 supply compared to 39. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 3. The Alchemist now getting up to level 2 picks up a potion of invulnerability as the Dryad Archer army is starting to look very strong. Back down to the south here, Alchemist excuse me, sitting at level 1 should get to level 2 after this Rock Golem creep camp. I believe the Riflemen are in a good spot as the Keeper of the Grove gets a big entangle onto that Rifleman right there. Rifleman in serious trouble, is going to be able to stay alive. Yes, Healing Spray is all right there, keeping that unit alive again as the Water Elemental does get taken down. Rifleman sitting at level 1. I believe that Entangle actually lasted for quite a bit of time, though, as that Keeper of the Grove now trying to shift back again. Alchemist sitting at level 2. Opponent Alchemist sitting at level 2 may get to level 3. There was a couple of Kobold Geomancers and a couple of other Kobolds all left behind as this Keeper of the Grove sitting at 139 hit points will be able to get away. Adept training is done. I don't see a workshop. We are only fighting from tier 2 units. 47 supply compared to 47 supply. Alright. Archmage. Alchemist now making their rounds out again. Where are all of these units going to go? Archmage sitting at level 3. Alchemist sitting at level 2. Now trying to head back down to the south. We are getting into level 2 weapons, gunpowder upgrades for the Riflemen and eventual mortar teams, flying machines, and siege engines if we ever start training up those units. Alchemist sitting at level 2 should be able to get to level 3 without a problem. Archmage sitting at level 3 in the back here, trying to hold on steady. It actually might be a little bit shy trying to get to level 3 as we're taking a look at the Alchemist finishing off this last Forest Troll healer. All right, nope. 512 experience, now sitting at level 3, does have that pendant of energy ready to go. Enforcer now going to get taken up, and both Lawliet and Hawk are both really just going for this creeping style game. Now, with the introduction of Mountain Giants, though, I think Lawliet is definitely going to have the advantage. Riflemen, with their piercing damage, not effective against the Mountain Giants, their medium armor, and their massive 1600 hit points. At that many hit points, it is extremely difficult to try and focus them down. If you have to get within melee range to deal damage bonus, that is the normal bonus there. And well, once you get within melee range of a Mountain Giant, that means you are probably within a full concave range of all of these archers and dryads, which will pick you apart very quickly. All right, 4-5 priests alongside a large number of riflemen here, ready to roll on out. We are getting armor upgrades for those riflemen, indeed, to add a little bit of extra, well, longevity to those units. Is this going to work out here as the Archmage now makes its way over? A water elemental is being dropped. Riflemen and priest are all here ready to go. Let's take a look. Militia now shaking back off to the north, trying to perhaps set up an expansion there. Still no Scroll of Town portal coming across. As you can take a look, Wisp are getting taken down. Riflemen attempting to shoot down these moonwells. One moonwell will end up getting lost, and perhaps more moonwells will get lost as well. Alchemist trying to, well, test the waters here, but the Alchemist may be able to perhaps drop a big acid bomb across multiple priests as the Mountain Giants now join in on the fight. Alchemist now looking to back up. Alchemist with over 600 mana, double pendants of energy, a huge mana bonus indeed, as the, well, forces of nature now joining in on the fight again. We should be looking at a dispel right there. Yes, getting that rifleman back. Rifleman trying to run back away again. As you can see, the potion of invulnerability of Hawk now trying to pull back with those units. Rifleman starting to focus down many units again. Alchemist could perhaps try to drop a Scroll of the Beast. There's some healing spray, healing up all of those units once more, as the, well, Scroll of the Beast finally being used. All right, let's take a look. More healing spray. Rifleman continuing to fight back through all of this as the Mountain Giants, well, down to a half hit points and falling considerably fast. There is a Staff of Preservation, so that unit will be saved at least temporarily. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Grove is also taking a lot more damage than he would like, down to 103 hit points. Rifleman quickly switching gears, making it so that they can actually focus down a Mountain Giant when the time comes. Priests are still all here fighting, ready to go. Let's take a look. Acid or healing spray, trying to save up all those units, going up against Chemical Rage. Priest still healing back up once more, as it looks like one rifleman could get taken down to 122. No, more healing spray coming in again, as you now finally see, well, that Alchemist out of mana. Scroll of Town portal. Hawk says, you know what? I want no part in the remainder of this fight. He's going to go ahead and teleport back home. Level 3 on that Archmage. Clarity, oh no. Wow, no Scroll of Regeneration, still no Arcane Vault, even though he does have that expansion up. Meanwhile, up at the other end, I do not believe we have any more expansions available at all. All right, oh wow, so there's an expansion there. Oh, I guess, yeah. So no expansion off over here, and Lawliet may find himself behind the 8-ball, economically speaking, not being able to rebuild his army or not having a technical, large technical army enough. We are getting level 2 weapons upgrades, and this is going up against 0 upgraded Night Elf units. All right, 2-2 compared to 0-0. That is a very big deal, as, well, essentially what's happening is you are dealing 20% more damage while taking 20% less damage. That is a big deal indeed. All right, Keeper of the Grove trying to retreat right now. A lot of damage being absorbed. Let's see who's going to finish all of this off. There goes one skeletal orc grunt there, trying to get every little bit of experience. More priests now coming back down to the south. Archmage sitting at level 4 as well, as we may see a little bit of a turnaround. No, Alchemist going to join in on the fight. Acid bomb across multiple units here. Who's going to come out on top? Wow, big item a big item. Claws, no, not big item. Claws of attack +6, not a big item, but there was a bit of experience steal right there as the archers are just fighting back here. Alchemist sitting at level 3. We have an entangle onto the Alchemist. Alchemist now trying to retreat back here. Mountain Giant sitting at 0-2 upgrades, going up against 2-2 upgrades, but Acid Bomb is removing much of the armor from those riflemen. All right, continuing to pull back here. 2 low hit point, or 2 fairly full hit point Mountain Giants continuing to engage. 70 supply compared to 64. Hawk a little bit at a disadvantage right now. Will he be able to live and fight another day as the Keeper of the Grove gets in an easy kill using that Orb of Venom and his range attack? Mountain Giant down to 1,700 hit points. Is it going to end up surviving? Mountain Giant chasing after the Alchemist. Alchemist has a good number of items. Is he going to be able to heal him, spray him enough? Again, that is the question. Trying to back away once more. Another Rifleman could get taken out, and there it goes. Healing spray being used. This really important Alchemist wasn't even under the cover there either, as the Archmage is sitting at level 4. There you go, getting the Alchemist to level 4 as well. Lawliet seems to be in control. If he can get to level 5 and then press the attack with those well, very powerful heroes, he should be able to come out on top. The problem is Hawk does have an expansion currently mining away, which will give him the economic advantage. Twice as much gold at this point. As we're looking at, well, there goes a Water Elemental. Sorceresses, Riflemen. Goblin Alchemist now bringing up the rear. This is a 4-4 army. Well, a level 4 army going up against, I believe, a level 4 and level 4 army as well. Moonwells are actually getting fairly full, and this is just now getting to early daybreak. Sorceresses, Riflemen, or late early daybreak. Anyways, sorceresses, rifle, no footmen, priest, all joining together. Alchemist sitting at level 4. Very good items indeed, as you're gonna see Hawk pretty much trying to shut down this expansion before it gets up and operational. Perhaps another supply, another farm would be good right now. No, already seeing that 78 supply can easily get into a higher low upkeep, as then now Mountain Giants are going to go ahead and try and engage. Let's take a look. There's an acid bomb across multiple Riflemen. Riflemen now essentially out of mana here in that front line. These Mountain Giants trying to flank in from the side. Is the Alchemist going to perhaps get some acid bombs onto some units? That is an important question, as the Alchemist here is still trying to dance back away. Blue fighting alongside all of these Mountain Giants here, getting some big healing sprays across those units to try and keep them all topped off. However, the Alchemist is now dangerously low on hit points and may be forced to try and heal himself again. Alchemist now chasing back off to the north. Mountain Giants, four of them, including 2 additional heroes. Very, very big targets, constantly taunting and basically trying to grab all of the power there. Let's take a look at a bit of the follow-up here. Mountain Giants still trying to push their way through. Acid Bomb going down. Is it going to be able to finish off the Chemical Raging Alchemist? No. Alchemist now getting up to level 5. Attacking his way through, getting in big damage, as we're going to take a look at a Scroll of Town Portal. However, Keeper of the Grove with the Orb of Venom attack able to get in that final blow. In addition, another Rifleman getting finished off by that Mountain Giant. Inner Fire now getting added. No level 3 weapon upgrades that I see. Alright, Priests are going to have Inner Fire. Or is there enough mana on those Priests as well? That is an important factor and part of this army, as we are looking at a single Arcane Sanctum really training out a lot more units than I would have expected. All of these units came from a single Arcane Sanctum. That is going to be, what is that, 6 priests and 3 sorceresses at this stage. Meanwhile, Clarity Potion being used by the Alchemist, standing next to the Archmage with the Brilliance Aura and dropping those pendants of energy to ensure that it will get a big boost when the time comes. Already up to 190, gonna easily get to 250, maybe even 275 before this next fight. As here we go, up there you go, tries to pick up those items, and now Acid Bomb straight up onto the Keeper of the Grove as the units are now rushing all the way back. Negative armor, or -4 armor, but that is still 6 armor on a 1600 hit point unit. That is still very difficult to try and finish off. However, the rifleman now 2-2 upgrades with inner fire, dealing even more damage than before. Essentially 3-2 upgraded and could perhaps go even higher if, well, the blacksmith started researching. 9 armor on those riflemen. Big damage coming across here. Massive number of mountain giants in the front line. No mortar teams to try and pick off the back line, though, as the alchemist is now in serious trouble, down to 240 hit points, trying to get away. There is an invisibility as the rifleman going to continue to fire back and its way through. All right, alchemist sitting at 1100 hit points, continuing to try and fight its way back out. Are we perhaps going to be looking at another acid bomb here in just a moment? We could be looking at a staff of preservation. No, instead the keeper of the grove decides it no longer wants to be in that fight. Back off to the north. More healing. Inner fire. Archmage. Level 2 Brilliant Aura. Is it going to try to go to level 3 Brilliant Aura? That does make a bit of sense sometimes, as you really need a lot of mana on all of your other casters. Meanwhile, Clarity Potion on the Alchemist. Again, putting down those pendant of energies to try and get back up to 300 mana, and then perhaps explode into 600 mana in just a moment, as that Clarity Potion will be coming to an end. All right, already up to 300, now up to what, 325, and well, we're waiting to see if it will get up to 350. It will, but not before the Clarity Potion puts a stop to it. And back over here at the 12 o'clock position, looks like the Tree of Life of Lawliet has been established. Economy is starting to grow a bit. Meanwhile, back down to the south here, Sorceress's Priest. Mountain King, a third hero coming in from the human army. Mountain King is a rather durable hero, so that's one of the reasons why he works out so well, is that even though he's still at level 1, he is still a force to be reckoned with. And with Stormbolt, he does have a way of getting out of tight spots. All right, Mountain King trying to get in position. Are we going to see perhaps a lining up of a Stormbolt? No, I do not see that as of yet. All the units are now backing away. There are 5, count them, 5 stone giants with a large number of dryads just prancing around the map. Murloc's looking to finish all of this off. Well, Murloc's looking to get finished off over here. Meanwhile, we are finally going into the workshop and building up additional production units. Mortar teams are going to be incredibly helpful, especially as they are 3-2 upgraded with no signs of 3-3 coming in just right yet. All right, let's take a look. Oh, does not like what he sees, wants to try and engage. There's the mortar teams. Are the mortar teams going to be able to fight? Yeah, there you go. A big mortar team splash, and so much damage to be had. Mountain King also joining on the fight as well. You can see Scroll of Healing counteracting much of that damage as the mortar teams are just trying to splat back all of those units. Mountain King quickly gets finished off, though. Not quite sure how it was that fast, as more and more units are falling down. All right, Staff of Sanctuary saving back a unit. What is it? I thought I saw it. I did not see it. Could have been a Staff of Preservation saving a unit as well. No, I did not. I don't see any units out anywhere. Alchemist currently is invisible. Water Elemental in that front line. More fighting to get underway. Additional attacks from the front here. Mountain Giant seeing that at 6 armor, but still holding his own up against the rifleman units, as the mortar teams are just trying to rain down terrible damage onto all of those dryads. If it actually translates into kills, this game is going to be radically different than how I expect. All right, Hawk needs to get in a lot of kills here in order to try and make something happen, press his advantage, since he has the larger army now at 78 over 64, but he's not giving chase. Mountain Giants upgraded 1-3. Keeper of the Grove gonna go ahead and say, you know what, this is too rich for my blood. Get me out of this spot, and he does exactly that. Mountain Giant down to 121 hit points. needs to see some major healing at a fountain, but I do not believe there is a fountain on a map like this. All right, economic advantage belongs to Hawk. Meanwhile, how well they are spending their money, I would have to say, belongs to Lawliet. He's been doing a great job here, especially now as this Tree of Life will get taken down. 10,000 gold compared to 6,000 gold. Yeah, a big difference in the overall effective mining time on that gold mine in terms of the expansions. Riflemen, priests, sorceresses, all here ready to head back down to the south. Meanwhile, back off to the north. Alchemist, Keeper of the Grove, waiting to give chase. There's an acid bomb onto a sorceress. Is that acid bomb gonna really affect anything? I don't believe so. Already down to 200 some odd hit points. As we now take a look back off to the north, the mountain giant looking to get back away. Alchemist seeing that level 6. Are we gonna perhaps see some thunderclaps? No, that mountain giant has not gotten any real world experience as of yet. Staff of Sanctuary quickly takes him out of the fight, as we're looking at, well, more dryads getting splatted by those mortar teams. All right, Chemical Rage on that Goblin Alchemist trying to come back over. It looks like he has come to a stop. Units could turn around and just try and fire back. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Keeper of the Grove is desperately trying to clear out his opponent's creep camps and make it difficult for him to establish easily. Goblin Shredder, what is this doing? Okay, this Goblin Shredder is actually attacking down Hawk's expansion. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Alchemist is going to continue to try and fight their way through as this Tree of Life may get taken down as well. All right, one more volley should in fact do it. There it goes. All that damage is now in the books as the Archmage gets taken out as well. All right, that does come as a shocker to me. I would have thought the Archmage would have had an easy time getting out of that spot, but that just wasn't the case. All right, Alchemist also fallen at level 6. Keeper of the Grove is also at level 6. Tranquility now being used to try and heal back up all of those units. Meanwhile, the Mountain Giants are all in that front line. Are they going to be able to do very much? Mountain King falls again. Second hero to fall for blue in as many minutes, as the archers could end up getting taken down here. All right, let's take a look. Riflemen. Or wait, nope. Let's take a look at this again. A Hawk losing his other hero as well. All right, back off to the north. Mortar teams. Priest now making a run for it. Back down south. Invisibility onto the mortar team so that they can head back. Nicely played by Hawk. Good use of invisibility as the siege engines are still not going to be making their way out. Mountain Giants, countered them far too easily. Let's take a look. What additional units are being trained up? Nothing as of yet. Peasants may try and fight their way through. Meanwhile, a single peasant here is going to try and stop this from becoming a true expansion. Mortar teams all here, ready to go. Let's take a look back off to the north. Keeper of the Grove selling some items, picking up some new ones. What did he get? I do not know. Meanwhile, Mountain Giants show up to the party. And this is the problem with Mountain Giants. It's that their damage seems to stick more since they have higher thresholds. All right, Keeper of the Grove attempting to run away. Riflemen were chasing, getting in a couple of easy shots as the Alchemist is going to have to retreat just a little bit. Mortar teams showing up to the north. It looks as though this is the Tree of Eternity, and it will be eternally forgotten here after its life drops below 1,000. All right, down to 600. It looks like it's not going to be coming to an end. Rifleman should be making its way over. Tree of Eternity trying to, do something. Ends up getting exposed as that was his last base. Keeper of the Grove using Tranquility fairly effectively to keep all of these units all topped off. Looks like it's going to bode well for him. as we're finally into no up or low upkeep again for Lawliet. Hawk over here still looking to creep out some more creep camps. Found some relatively easy 3-3-2 creep camps here. A priest, mortar teams, sorceresses, all here working together to try and finish things off here. The Makura Tide Caller will get taken down, and there it goes. Alright, Mountain Giants of Lawliet ready to make its way to the bottom right again, or perhaps try to engage where his opponent is weakest. However, I do not think I see any vulnerabilities in Hawk's current play unless Lawliet is able to find a way to capitalize on them. Let's take a look. Riflemen all in that position, all on a little bit of high ground here. 63 supply over 90.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
All right. No expansion as of yet. That could become a problem. At this stage and time in the game, I would expect expansions at heroes to be at least level 3, if not level 4. That's what we are seeing. And on top of this, right now, the remaining time is going to go to 0, meaning Red is going to be able to figure out what he wants to do without having to know where his opponent is. Lawliet now in serious trouble as the Mountain Giants are on the move once more. 1/3 upgrades compared to, I believe this is, Mountain Giants are 1/3. Are the Riflemen? Yeah, 3/3 upgrades. Hawk able to upgrade into maximum hit points or maximum damage and armor on all of these units.
Our warriors have engaged the
Back off to the north. More fighting getting underway. Units are going to be backing up again. Mountain Giants, the army, the once strong, nearly impossible army to defeat of Keeper of the Grove, mass archers into Stone Giants, or Mountain Giants, no longer seems to be working nearly as much. Alright, there's an acid bomb onto some units there. There is a Stormbolt again. How much damage can you really do as the Mountain Giant, Mountain King makes its way in, only to back out. Alright, Mountain King chasing after unit. There's a Stormbolt onto the Mountain Giant. Mountain Giant already down to, 5 armor. There's a bit of slow. There's a bash. Keeper of the Grove may end up, or Alchemist may try to do in a little bit of damage. Acid bomb. Oh, gets a transmute off. A big transmute indeed. And as the chemical raging Alchemist gets finished, or almost gets taken down, he's able to back up again. There's a bit of tranquility once more, trying to use that -5 armor very effectively. Archmage, Rifleman, Caster already continuing to push through here, and it looks like Hawk is going to be able to do this. Let's take a look. I don't know where the Keeper of the Grove is. The Keeper of the Grove is still right there, but he's not casting Tranquility regularly. All right, a lot of low hit point units. Are they going to be able to fire and shoot down? Yes, one Mountain Giant gone. More Mountain Giants could get felled in the same process. There goes another. And 2 out of 5 Mountain Giants have fallen with a sign of a 3rd or a 4th to be possible to get taken out. All right, Rifleman trying to fight back here. Entangle onto the Alchemist. Alchemist still has plenty of mana. Alchemist seeing that 705 mana, perhaps one of the reasons why he is this strong. Mountain King, on the other hand, trying to finish off, and does finish off the level 6 Alchemist. With that said, Hawk is able to take the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.